Okay, so today we're doing 8th grade state test scoring materials, but we're also going over the questions. And let's just go ahead and start it pretty much right away. There are lots of questions that we're going to do today. Basically, we're going to try to go over the whole thing. So today is going to be a relatively long video, but it's all fine. You know, we haven't done one in a while. Plus, I'm running out of the videos to make short clips of. So, yeah, this is it. And before we start, I would like also to thank everyone who just subscribed recently. Somehow, miraculously, I got 21,000 views on one of my videos. And believe it or not, guys, this is not one of my best videos. So go ahead, go on the channel, watch. I'm trying to make math as fun as possible, and while you can still learn. So yeah, go ahead and do it. Now 8th grade it is for us today, and let's just go into it and see what we can find there. Maybe we can find something fun. All right. Also, I need to mention that I'm doing it today with one of my students, and he's gonna be assisting me there, basically going over the questions. You know, don't forget that we are learning as we are doing those funny recaps. All right. Now, question number 52 is going to be our first question. An equation, that's what we're dealing with. Now, this equation is relatively, well, in terms of the numbers, right? We don't see anything hard. Plus, in 8th grade, we're allowed to use a calculator on the test. So this doesn't really seem scary at all, all right? So let's just what do we usually start with? Well, when I see like terms, I usually combine them. I'm a simple man. I see like terms, I combine them. That's the rule of math that you need to remember. All right, so negative 3.1x and negative 7.4x, I'm going to combine right away. All right, which will give me negative 10.5x, and then I basically just rewrite everything that's been there. I'm a simple man. I'm taking one step at a time when I do equations. I don't know what's that with those I'm a simple man's jokes, but it's okay. All right, so we are the next step that we see is the distributive property, and you know, I'm a simple I'm a simple man. I see distributive property. I distribute. All right. So so I keep the left side to be the same, and I distribute negative 6. So negative 6 times x, negative 6x, negative 6 times negative 3 over 2 is going to be positive 18 over 2, which is 9. So plus 9. Now I see another like terms and I want to combine them. So let's just do that. And again, just one step at a time. You know, math is a lot of one step at a time things. So 1.5 minus 6, obviously you can use a calculator, but you know, those numbers, those easy numbers I can count in my head. All right, so what do we do once we combine all the like terms? Now we have to balance the equation. That's what we want to do. So there are a couple of ways that you can do it. You can either use a transfer rule, or you can use a like a balancing rule. Like this is more, balancing is more of an American rule to use, is when we see a like term, but it's on the other side of the equal sign. We want to do the opposite of the sign that it brings with. So if I have negative 4.5x, I want to do plus on both sides. That's what I want to do. And just see what the answer it will bring. So negative 10 0.5 plus 4.5, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be negative 6. And obviously x tags along. Equals to, well, this goes away, and 9 on the right side. Now what we want to do, we want to balance it with subtracting 7 on both sides. Negative 6x, now this goes away, equals to 2. And finally, what I want to do is I want to divide everything by a negative 6. That's the classical last step. So positive divided by negative is negative, and we have negative 2/6, which is negative 1/3. All right, Becca, did you get negative 1/3 as your answer? Yes or no?
Yes.
Very good. Well, I hope very good, because I hope I did it right. And we did. Look at this. Look at this. We got it right. No surprise. We know what we're doing, you know? And if you want to know what you're doing in math, watch more of our videos. How about that advice? All right, so the first answer. Usually it's the full credit answer, so let's see what this person did it. So distributive, just distributed right away. Didn't show us that the basically the distribution process, but just gets the answer right away. Started balancing. Went a little bit different way, but still got the same thing. Who writes negative 6.0x? What is that? 6.0? 6.0? Really? Doesn't look right, although obviously dividing. So why you didn't divide by by negative 6.0 then? You know? Just keep it rolling. All right, 2 out of 2, understandable. Got it right. Moving on. Guys, before actually we continue, I really want to check if my sound is properly on or not. So let me see. Just keep it rolling. Okay, it is on. Very good. It is on. So it's letting us move on. All right, so next guy. Rewrote, combined, distributed, balanced, got it right. What can I say? Everything looks good. What is that though? What is that, like a side calculations type of thing? Oh, that's checking. So someone is being very, very cautious, you know, getting the, do you see that, Becca? You know,
Yeah.
like getting the negative 1/3 and then putting it back into every single x to check whether the answer is right. That's how you check. You don't need to. You need to trust yourself, you know. Probably not even, like, I don't know. People don't have enough time to do that. But, you know, if you do, then you can definitely do that. All right, moving on. Negative 1/3, still right, still 2 points. Very good. Look at this. This is definitely a use of a calculator, because obviously 2 divided by negative 6 is negative 0.3 repeating. So technically it is right. Now, did they tell us to write a fraction as the answer? No, they didn't. So like, no rules of math are broken here in his answer. So should be 2 out of 2. Let's see. It is 2 out of 2. All good. All right. Moving on onto the next one. So when you see this, what's wrong with it? Because there is something wrong. Right away, I looked at the answer, and there is repetitive, like, thingy missing. Do you know that that stick means that this number repeats? The stick, I don't even know how we call it actually. The stick, you know, the dashed line, the line, I don't know. Over the number means that that number is being repeated. That's how it is. So instead of writing 33333 and then dot, people decided to use that stick over that line. And that means repeating. So no such thing was done here, and that's technically a mistake because negative 0.3 is not negative 1/3. It is a negative 3/10, which is not our answer. Which is not our answer. So 1 should have sticked should have stuck with the fraction. You have negative 2 over 6. Just make a fraction. Or keep it as a fraction. All right. Okay. So circled the like terms. And then did what with them? Just made a mistake. Where, though? I don't see it. Ah, come on. And then people say that I should not make fun of people who think that 2 divided by negative 6 is negative 3. No. It's the other way around. If this would say negative 6 over 2, then yes, you would be right, but not in this case. 2 divided by 6 is not the same as 6 divided by 2. Hello? All right. So that's why. So did everything right. It's just except that one last thing. Well, you know what they say. Do better next time. All right. Next. Circles and triangles. I like that. But that's correct. That's correct. And then what happened? And then not plus happened. So combined those two, even though there is an equal sign in between, not allowed to do that. So the same mistake over here, not allowed to do that. So that's why the answer is wrong, obviously. Still 1 out of 2. Still 1 out of 2.
How?
Well, probably because it was right until this point. So in America, if half of your equation is correct, it means that you get half of the credit. You know what I mean? It doesn't it doesn't matter if you got it wrong, if you went halfway correctly, you get half of the credit. Which in some world is actually fair, but I don't know if it's fair in math world. All right. Next, what is that? What is that? Why? Circles. We see that. And then just random numbers with the x's. And then 7 minus 6 for some reason. And still did not get it right. 7 minus 6 is not 13. Well, obviously it's a 0. We can see that. But at least you circled. Because that's what's important. All right. Oh, there is another guy. Okay, so squares and circles now. All right. So this person determined that those are like terms. Very good. But what is that for? What is that for? Error. Wrong. All right. So it was fun. I actually didn't think that it was that it's going to be as much fun just going over the equation, but all good. All right, next question, Becca. A cylinder and a cone have the same volume. The cylinder has a radius of 2 inches and the cone 2 inches and a height of 3 inches. The cone has a radius of 3 inches. What is the height of the cone? Ooh. So this is a decent question. Like relatively, I wouldn't say hard, but you have to think a little bit. First of all, you need to know the formulas. All right. So volume of the cylinder is pi times radius squared times height. So that's cylinder. That's my cylinder. Okay, so it's not as good, but it's okay. Okay, so volume for the cone it's basically everything That's how, by the way, if you want to remember the volume formula for the cone, just remember the volume formula for the cylinder, because it's the same thing except just divided by 3 in the end. That's all. Look at this. Perfect match. Instead, just divide by 3 in the end. That's all. Cone, cylinder, very similar. All right, so now we have to calculate the volume of the cylinder. So let's go. We have everything. We have radius, we have height, and that's all we need. Radius and height. So let's do it. Volume equals to pi times 2 squared times 3. So 4 times 3, so 12 pi. And now for the cone, we know the radius, so we can put the radius in, but we don't know the height. But what we do know, that they have same volumes. So I take the volume of the cylinder and I plug it in instead of that V, because it stands for the volume. And I just do it. Look at this. Let's go back to the blue. So it's going to be like this. So instead of that V, I'm having 12 pi equals to, and then pi times 3 squared now, because radius is 3 for cone, times height, that's what I'm looking for, and over 3. And now you need to know how to solve such an equation. So what do you start with? Is you start with getting rid of a fraction. We don't want fractions in our equations. We get rid of them first. So what do? We multiply by whatever is on the bottom, is in the denominator. So boom, boom, kill it. Pi times 9 right away. Look at me, I'm doing it right away. 9h. 36 pi. What do I do now? I cancel the pi's on both sides. Yes, I can do that. Now I have 36 equals to 9h. What do I do now? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide, Becca. What is it?
Divide.
Divide. You're right. 4. And 4 would be our answer. Did you get 4?
So basically I did the first one, right? And in the second I didn't divide by 3 in the formula. So I got it wrong.
See. So basically, if you would have known the formulas, right, you would have gotten it right. Right? So look at this. Let me teach you something cool. All right? Actually, we can. In order to remember, so let's say you have circle, cylinder, and cone. And what's interesting is the same way it works with the rectangle, like a prism, and pyramid. Let me draw it right. I don't know if I can do it right. I can. All right. All right. This actually will help you memorize it for the rest of your life. Because I can explain how to remember volumes in Pokemon terms. How about that? Listen up to this. Circle area is pi r squared. So cylinder's volume, it's like an evolved circle. It's pi r squared, but also times height. Now the cone's formula is an involved cylinder. Is pi r squared h, but over 3. And believe it or not, it works the same way with rectangles. Rectangle area is length times width. Now the volume of the prism is length times width, but also times height. So like height came in. And the same thing happens with the pyramid. The volume of the pyramid is length times width times height, but over 3. Look at that. It kind of follows the same pattern. Area for the circle, volume of the cylinder, volume of the cone. Start, evolve, evolve. The same goes with the rectangle. Area of the rectangle, now volume of the prism, and now volume of the pyramid. Start, evolve, evolve. Boom. Now you can remember it for the rest of your life. How about that? Because that's how I remember them. Hmm? You like it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now the fun part. Going over. Oh, what is it? Oh, cone, cone. They just write like little words, cone and cylinder, just to differentiate. But the answer is 4, and that's what we care about. All right, first answer. Ooh, fancy. Equaled them. Equaled them right away, plugged in all the information, right? Equaled one formula to another formula, and just plugged in everything that he got and just solve it for h. Fancy, that's like a different type of level of doing things, but still works, you know. My love, like the way I did it was like simpler, I would say. This is fancy. This is good, but this is fancy. All right. All right. Next question. Next answer. So cone, cone, question mark. Okay. I didn't get the logic here. Just like trial and error in the end. But where is the pi here? Okay, so I don't know. Got it right. Got a decent work. I mean, probably got 2 out of 2. Okay. Made like a little mistake there, but it's okay. Next. Oh my god, it's getting worse and worse. People don't have like decent pens or something, or pencils. Okay, so cylinder, formula. Cone, formula. Okay. Plugged in, got 12 pi, that's correct. Boom, boom, boom. Got it right. Okay, and solved it. Basically, this guy did it the same way I did it. I just wrote it better, and not sideways. Like, I don't understand people who write sideways like this. Okay, there we go. Next one. Cylinder, wrong formula. Right away. I see the wrong formula, so what's the point of checking? Because, no. This guy made a mistake on the volume of the cylinder formula because he didn't know my personal way of how to remember that. So if you actually want to remember that perfectly, just go back into my video and watch it, and you'll see that like it's easy to remember. It evolves like Pokemons, like this. Boom. Okay, next. Look at that. Look at that pretty. Looks like a hat. Looks like a magician's hat. No?
Yeah.
All right. So what is even that? Like, what is going on here? Okay. Would you check this if you would be a teacher? No, right? Like, where do I start? What is that? Okay, this. Uh, uh, why? Okay, and also like, I don't know. And then 4 in the end. Somehow got it right in the end, for some reason. Have no idea. I would probably do the same thing as the teacher did. Just give you a 1 out of 2. There's probably a mistake here, but the answer is correct, so I guess. All right, next. Cylinder. 2, okay. 12 pi, got it right. Okay. 1/3 pi. Okay. Okay. Hmm. I mean, that's not that wrong. Do you see this? This is correct, right? This is kind of like correct also. The solution, like maybe there is no like h equals to, but it doesn't really matter if it's like correct in the end. Actually, I think that deserves like close to a 2. Like, so what's the reason why the volume cylinder correct? However, okay, let's read let's read the however. However, the work for the volume of the cone drops the values pi and h from the expression when the simplifying. The response contains a. So what? So what? All right.
But to be
Well,
honest, it looks so empty.
it looks empty, but it doesn't matter. It's still correct. It's easy to check, much easier. Do you honestly think that this answer and this answer were the same points? I don't think
No.
so. I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. Evidence? What? That's interesting. Okay, cylinder. Correct formula. Plugged in correctly. Although, why did you use pi? But it's okay. Cone. Correct formula. Plugged in. I'm not sure if the math is correct, but let's assume it is. And the. Okay, so you had to divide this by that then, in order to get your answer. Would it be right though? Let's see. It looks right. I mean, it looks close. It is. Look at that. It is. It is 4. So all you had to do is just divide. And I'm not sure what evidence is. I mean, I know what what the word means, but how, what, doesn't make sense. I mean, it does, but it doesn't like, because the question is, what is the height of the cone? Where is the answer? The height is what? Oh, 28? No, then it's wrong.
And he got 0.
0? Ooh. Wow. That could have been 1. Honestly, just one step away from just dividing away from getting the right answer. You know, it's like one step away from being 0 to a full score, right? Because if he would have divided, that would be a 2. And then for no and then just one step, you're like in one step you're getting a 0. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Cylinder, boom. Cone, boom. Ta-da-da-da. Cheating alert. Cheating alert. Cheating alert. Got the right answer. But how? No work. No evidence of knowing what to do. Nothing. Clear cheating. And guess what you're getting for cheating? You're getting a 0. 0. That's it. Right? Becca, do you see the cheating?
Yeah.
There's no work. Those
Just the
formulas,
formulas.
just the formulas that you could have gotten probably from the formula sheet, right?
Yeah.
And the correct answer. And the correct answer, right? So right away, we know when you cheat. You think we don't know when you cheat? We know. We know. All right. And that's it. And the next question. Next question. Determine the solution, if any, to the system of the equations. All right, so we're gonna have to solve this. You know, nowadays students already like been solving these with the graphing calculator, just looking for the intersection point. But you know what? I think in this case you actually have to use one of the methods to actually solve it. So, what did you get there? Becca, did you get anything?
Yes, I got like for x minus 0.75 and for y 0. So I just put two decimals, that's all.
There is a chance that you mistyped something in decimals because because that looks like no solutions. Look at this. In order to use the elimination method, all we have to do is just to like multiply the bottom equation by 2. So negative 4x will match the 8x. And look what will happen. The top one I'm going to copy, right? But the bottom one I'm going to distribute 2 on top of it. So it's going to be negative 8x plus 2y equals 6. And when I combine them vertically like this, that's called like, I don't know, adding them, subtracting, doesn't really matter. But what matters is that this becomes a 0 and so is this. And that doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. If it also becomes a 0, then it's an infinite solutions. But when both x's and y's cancel out, kinda, it's called no solution. Solutions. No solutions. That's what it's called. Or no solution. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. Boom, boom. No solution. No solution. What do you see, by the way, when there is no solution on decimals? What would you see when you're gonna put them? If you put them carefully, you know what you're gonna see on the XY plane? You're gonna see 2 lines parallel to each other. That's what you're gonna see. You're going to see one line like that and another line like that, let's say, or like that. The idea there is they're going to be parallel. Parallel means that they will never intersect, so there is no solution.
Oh, all right, sir.
All right. Let's see. Let's see what it is. Let's see the first one multiplied by 2, just like I did. Got it. Got it. No solution. Check. Oh, why do you check? There's no reason to check. That's very like it's clear as day that there's no solutions here. No solutions. You know, you see they say determine solution if any. If any. If any means if there is no, so there's a chance that there will be no solution. And that's our case. All right, what is that? What? That's just completely wrong. What? How is that?
But he got it right. He said no solution in the answer.
Yeah, but like, I see what he did. It's called substitution method. So use substitution method. The only thing that you have to do, what? You have to take this, move it to the right, then get y, and then plug it in there on the other side. But, well, it doesn't really look like, I don't know. If there's enough, I don't know. I don't want to make sense out of it. It's just gonna take too much time. All right. Next. Multiply. Just crossed it out then. Okay. Multiplied by 2. Crossed it out. Everything went away. And the answer is no solution. That's actually... I don't know. I want to... No. I guess that's enough. The only thing, it didn't show that you have to... Oh, it did show multiplied by 2. All right. It's just a minimalistic person, you know, just didn't write anything extra. But got it right. Okay, multiplied the bottom equation by 2. Got it. And then realized that, oh, what do I do then? 0 equals to negative 5. It's actually not equal to negative 5. Yeah, it's 7 here. And got 1. Wow, that's harsh. But what can you do as a teacher if this is wrong? Like, can you actually give can you still give it like a full score? I don't know. Next. What do we have next? Next we have same slope parallel lines, no solution. That's good. So why did you get 1 then? Y equals, that's one way. Y equals, that's another one. Wow, that deserves a 2. Why it's not 1? However, the first equation is rearranged into a slope-intercept form incorrectly. Oh, really? Oh yeah, did not divide 1, most likely. Yeah, kept the 1, I guess. I don't know. Very close, very close. There's another guy like you know, was close but got the actual answers and obviously is wrong. But got 1? For what? For using substitution method correctly? Oh, hold on one second. Look at this guy. Actually got 0x and kept going. But 0x means what? No solutions. All right. This guy. Just don't see any correct work at all. Nothing to be, nothing really to actually go over. Just wrong. Boom, 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 boom. Combined. Oh, multiplied? What? Okay. Oh, negative 32, 32, 8, 8. So why didn't you get 0 and 0 and say no solutions, man? You were close. 1 solution. You were close. All right. This is it. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. This is gonna be the first part. We're gonna upload the second part separately. I just don't want to make a longer video. This video already goes for 36 minutes. So just wait for the second part and we'll do the second part and upload it shortly. All right, guys. Again, thank you everyone who subscribed to my channel recently. I really appreciate it. I'm really trying hard. I know my videos are not perfect and very, very far from being it, but I'll try. I'll try to be better, make the content better, and just stick around. Don't answer. You know, people say subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna say don't unsubscribe, please, from my channel. That's it, guys.